Hello, boys and girls. Today we will cover multiplicative comparison number stories in lesson 2.9. In this lesson, we will cover 4 big things. The first is the overview. Next, we will cover the warm-up. Third, the focus. And finally, practice. In this lesson, students will solve number stories involving multiplicative comparisons. There are 2 key vocabulary words. Additive comparison, a situation involving 2 quantities and the difference between them. And multiplicative comparison, which are statements about quantities that uses multiplication as the comparison. Take a look at the multiplication equations. Choose your level and write the answer on your whiteboard or journal. Take a look at the products. Remember, product means the answer to a multiplication problem. 5 times 4 is 20. 40 times 4 is 160. 90 times 50 is 4,500. Today we will solve word problems using 3 steps. Read, plan, solve. Step 1. Read. This is the time for you to read the word problem. You may read it multiple times. Circle, underline, identify key words that help you understand the problem. Step 2. Plan. Think about what the story problem is asking you to do. Here you can draw pictures, you can use a highlighter, you can reword the word problem in your own words. You want to make a plan to solve the word problem during step 2. Step 3. This is where we want to focus on the missing information. So we want to create our equation, apply all the information that is known, and identify the operation we will use to solve the equation or the word problem in order to find the missing information. Take a look at problem A. Linda sold 9 bookmarks. Paul sold 8 more than Linda. How many did Paul sell? Now, take a look at problem B. Linda sold 9 bookmarks. Paul sold 8 times as many. How many did Paul sell? You need to add. Which problem will you need to multiply? Problem A is an example of additive comparison. Problem B is an example of multiplicative comparison. Problem A states 8 more than. More than tells me I need to add. Problem B states 8 times as many. Times as many tells me I need to multiply. There are different ways to write the equation to show how the quantities in each problem are related. Think about problem A. We might write 8 plus 9 equal B. Or we could write 9 plus 8 equals B. Both ways are correct. 8 plus 9 could be read as 8 more than 9, and 9 plus 8 could be read as 9 plus 8 more. Both interpretations fit the problem. Take a look at problem B. We might write 8 times 9 equals B, or 9 times 8 equals B. The number sentence 8 times 9 could be read as 8 times as many as 9, and 9 times 8 could be read as a group of 9 times 8. Both problems involve comparisons, but in problem A, we are looking at what amount is added to one quantity to get another. In additive comparison problems, the question is, how much more is one quantity than another? The amount is the difference between the two quantities. In problem B, we are looking at how many times as much is one quantity than the other. In multiplicative comparison problems, the question is how many times as much as, or how many times as many as something. Here are a few key features and ideas related to multiplicative comparison problems. Now, we're going to take a look at another multiplicative comparison problem. Remember, we solve word problems using 3 short steps. Step 1. Read. During the summer, Princess Tiana read 5 times as many books as Jasmine. Jasmine read 8 books. How many books did Princess Tiana read? Step 2. Think about what the story is asking you to do. What information is given, and what do you need to find out? Step 3. What strategy could you use to find the missing information? Let's use rectangles to represent our information. We know that Jasmine read 8 books. We also know that Princess Tiana read 5 times the amount of books as Jasmine. You can see it here. I have 8 in one square representing the amount of books that Jasmine read, and then I have 8 taken 5 times to represent the amount of books that Princess Tiana read. Let's take a look at another word problem. Let's think about the 3 steps: read, plan, solve. Step 1. Read. The distance from Pedro's house to the library is 3 miles. The distance from Pedro's house to his aunt's house is 27 miles. The distance to his aunt's house is how many times as far as the distance to the library? Step 2. Think about what the story is asking you to do. Is this an additive comparison word problem or a multiplicative comparison word problem? It's a multiplicative comparison word problem. Take a look at the information that is given. Now, what do we need to find out? Let's use all the given information to solve using multiplication. We can use a diagram like this. The L will represent the library. The A will represent the distance his aunt's house is away from the library. Use the diagram to help you solve the equation. How many times can we take 3 to get 27. We have introduced multiplicative comparisons together. We completed the warm-up and focus. Now it's your time to practice.